My name is Katie Feist. I'm going to be showing you guys today an example of a digital formative assessment I created for my students' upcoming poetry units. So without further ado, here is an example of the poster that I would like students to create. The requirements are that students analyze 4 to 6 lines of a poem. They're able to include at least 3 elements of figurative language that they identify in the lines of the poem. They explain the literal meaning of the work. They also create an argumentative sentence based on the figurative meaning of the work. And they put the tone somewhere on the poster. I also would like students to include visual elements that are intriguing and interesting, and they utilize good organization skills for their poster. So this assignment will guide students to through their progress of the unit and promote quality work because it includes a range of skills that they need to develop in Bloom's taxonomy, ranging from the remember to create levels, as students will need to remember the specific elements that we have been talking about of poetry, all the way to creating this poster and evaluating this argument. Students will also be sharing this poster with their peers, which is one way that students will be receiving feedback. Another way that students will receive feedback is by me. I will monitor students' progress as they work on their poster, as they collaborate and communicate with their peers. And also in a formal grading session, I will grade the posters once they've been turned in and submit individual feedback to students in our digital classroom where students can access grades and assignments. Um, when I'm looking for data, mastery of skills will be shown through the student's ability to include all the required elements of the poster and present them in a clear, organized way with a logical argument. As you can see, this poster is visually appealing, but also organized, and it contains a logical argument that students would be able to justify with evidence. I will be using a rubric in student-friendly language that all students will have access to that will also guide their ability to create this poster, and that is what I will use to equitably grade each student. I will be looking for their ability that this should be a unique project, but everyone should be including similar elements, though I hope that everybody's poster looks unique and true to their own ideas and thoughts. I will report progress to students directly, as mentioned previously in the digital classroom. I will also inform guardians of this assignment in a newsletter, and I plan to reach out sooner rather than later if I have any concerns over students' work or lack of work. To find a solution where I can work with the parents to keep their child on track for success. This poster will mainly be completed in the classroom, so if students end up missing a day or so of work, they will need to be making that up. That is one reason why I would reach out to parents. Another reason is if students aren't using their time wisely, I would have students complete this as a homework assignment so that we can make sure that they are able to complete this assignment, gain the learning from that, but also so I can gather the data and see where students are at so that I can use this to inform instruction. One element of this poster project that is so great is because it is a good stepping stone for when students later are going to create an essay, poetry analysis essay. Um, this poster utilizes all the elements that they would need to identify in that essay without actually writing it. So it's sort of a step before they reach that next point, which makes it great to have to inform my instruction to see if students are on track to be able to write that essay in a couple of weeks. If students are struggling with specific elements like figuring out what the figurative meaning of the work is, that is when I would go back and reteach either to the large group of students or small group that were struggling with that idea so that all students are on track with their progress to be able to master this unit to the best of their abilities. If you have any questions, I would love to hear them. Thank you so much for listening and bye.